I remember that day vividly. We decided to head out along Middlebrook Road. It's an out and back ride. It's approximately 40 kilometres. There were 3 others. There were Paul Heaton and his daughter Charlotte and Steve Wright, and they're very much a part of the Scone cycling fraternity. We started to get a nice speed up to about 35 kilometres an hour, and there's a cattle grid. I've crossed that cattle grid dozens of times, and as a cyclist you understand that there are risks associated with cattle grids. I hit the cattle grid at force. I heard the loudest bang that I've ever heard in my life. Everything went black, and then the next thing I realised I was in real trouble.
There was a bit of a noise, and you're sort of not sure what the noise was, but you know that something's gone wrong, and you hope it's just a water bottle that's come out or a flat tyre or something like that.
So I was effectively catapulted off my bike. My front left lobe was the first thing to take the impact. I fractured my C3, C4 and C5 in my cervical spine, and I fractured the L1 in my lumbar spine. And then as soon as the pain hit me, I knew that I was in a really dark place.
My girlfriend who was on the ride with David rang me and just very calmly and casually said, "There's been an accident, I think you need to come." And my first response was, what's happened, is he okay? And she said, I just think you need to come.
We didn't know how badly he was injured, so we just kept him as still as we could and cradled his head so it wasn't moving and waited for the ambulance.
When the ambulance arrived, I was relieved. Then as a wife, I could just focus on trying to get him to the next step rather than worrying about how much pain he was in.
As soon as I heard the whirring of the blades and the chopper setting down, that was another milestone.
We are so lucky to have that service, and in country areas, within an hour or so, you've got a helicopter there with a doctor, an emergency paramedic and the flight crew. You can't pay for that. That saves lives.
David's recovery has been fantastic. He is walking, he is fully communicating. He has the same personality he had before, and I can't be more grateful for that.
I finally got the tick of approval from my surgeon, and he said, "Go and do what makes you happy." Riding my bike makes me happy. It was just such a freakish accident. There was nothing I could have done to prevent it, and now I'm dealing with the aftermath of that. But physically, I will make a complete recovery, but it will take time.
I don't know how you say thank you to people that pull a broken person back together.
I will never be able to repay those individuals for what they did for me on that day, especially to the critical care unit of the Westpac rescue helicopter. If you have even thought of making a donation or a contribution, just do it, because you never know that you may be the next person, or a loved one of yours requires the intervention of this incredible service. So thank you from the bottom of my heart.